Hi, my name is Chris Jackson. I'm a business attorney. I've been one for over 25 years, and today I'm going to show you how to start an LLC in the state of Alabama online on your own and be done in just several minutes. I'm going to take you through this process in a step-by-step walkthrough screen share where I'm going to answer every question I think you would have along the way. I'm going to address every option and the pros and cons of each option so that by the end of the video, when you're ready to form your LLC in the state of Alabama, you know you'll be setting it up exactly the way that you want. You should know that the link below to this walkthrough screen share is an affiliate link. It's not going to cost you anything extra to use that link, but if you use it and you form an LLC, I may earn some extra coffee money. For that, I say thank you. It's much appreciated, and thank you for supporting my channel. You should also know that I would never recommend a product or service unless I used it myself. I use Busy exclusively to form all of my own LLCs and my clients' LLCs. I've done that for years. The reason is they are cost effective compared to their competitors. Their customer service is excellent, and the process is straightforward and simple, as you're about to see. Okay, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and select the link below my video in the description. I will also post it in the comments section. I will also put it in the video. It's either here or here, I can never remember, so you can link right to it. And let's get started right now. Okay, if you select the link underneath my video in the description or in the comments section, you would have arrived here. Before we get started, I just want to bring to your attention the phone support number, which is up here. And I have used that in the past when I first started setting up LLCs on Busy. I find them to be very responsive and helpful, so use them if necessary. Hopefully I will explain everything and it won't be necessary. Let's go ahead and press this orange button here. Okay, on this page, we're going to select LLC as the entity type, and the state of formation is Alabama. All right, so that brings us down to the three options. You have the basic option, the standard option, and the premium option. For most people, I think the standard option makes the most sense for the reasons I will go over, but we're going to go over each package so you can make an informed decision, starting with the basic package. And the basic package, as you can see, is $0 to Busy. You're only going to pay the state filing fee for the state of Alabama, which is $236. And what they're going to file with that state filing fee is your articles of organization. And that is the official document that, when filed in the state of Alabama, officially forms your LLC. In addition, you're going to get free registered agent service for a year. So what is a registered agent? A registered agent is the person or entity that is registered in the state of Alabama to receive what's called service of process. And service of process is essentially a lawsuit. So God forbid your LLC gets sued. The plaintiff in that lawsuit needs to be able to look it up in the state of Alabama. Who is the registered agent for your LLC? That's public knowledge. You have to choose one. You can be your own registered agent. Just note that if you choose to be your own registered agent, you're going to have to disclose your name and your address. That's okay with you. You can be your own registered agent. If you prefer to have a more professional registered agent, Busy will do that for you for free for the first year, and they will then charge you $119 per year thereafter, and they will cap it at $119 per year. $119 is the cheapest I've seen amongst all their competitors. The fact that they cap it and will never increase that rate is also a great deal. Okay, so the next item included is the Online Access Dashboard. The Online Access Dashboard is essentially a website that you're going to be able to log into after you form your LLC in the state of Alabama. Inside that dashboard are going to be, for example, the filed articles of organization. Once they are filed, there are going to be other documents that are included in the standard and the premium packages that will be in the Online Access Dashboard. You're going to be able to book appointments through the Online Access Dashboard. I find it to be very convenient and useful. I use it for all of my LLCs. Okay, next item that's included in the basic package and all these packages is a business banking account offer. You'll see later on in the process that they will give you the opportunity to schedule a call or meeting with a business banker with their preferred bank. You don't have to bank with that banker. You can bank with whomever you want. You don't have to have a meeting with their banker. It's just an option for you that they will introduce you to a small business banker. Whatever you do, wherever you bank, you have to have, in my view, for reasons I've discussed, a separate bank account for your LLC. In that bank account, all revenues of the LLC is going to go through that bank account. All expenses are paid out of that bank account. You have to have it separate from your personal account. You don't want to commingle funds. It's really important to keep this LLC operating separate from yourself to maintain the liability protection that the LLC provides from your personal assets like your bank account. So you have to open a bank account, in my view, for the LLC. You can do it with their banker or whatever banker you want. All right, the last item that is included in the basic package is the tax consultation. So that will provide you the opportunity to speak with a tax advisor after you form your LLC in the state of Alabama and go over certain items such as tax saving strategies, bookkeeping, what to elect to have your LLC taxed as. Should you elect to have it taxed as an S corporation? There are certain advantages to that. I'm not going to give tax advice. But if you've seen my other videos, you will know that I'm a fan of having an LLC taxed as an S corporation because you save on self-employment taxes. Now, that is not for all types of LLCs. The exception to that is real estate LLCs. But you should have this discussion with a tax advisor, either the one that's included in this package or your own CPA or both, and they will provide that service as part of the basic package and all these packages, of course. So that's the basic package. Next up is a standard package. As you can see, you're going to be paying $199 extra to Busy for the standard package. And the question is, what are you going to get for that standard package? And the answers are as follows. All right, the first item that's included in the standard package is the employer identification number, the EIN, business tax number, sometimes also referred to as a tax ID. They will obtain that within 24 hours, usually after you form your LLC in the state of Alabama. That EIN business tax ID is something you need to open a bank account, to pay payroll, to file a tax return on behalf of the LLC. They're going to obtain it, like I said, right away, usually same day on a business day or the next business day. Also included in the standard package is the operating agreement. The operating agreement, if you watch my other videos, in my view, is the most essential document you can have for your LLC to obtain separate entity status, to preserve the limited liability of the LLC, to protect your personal assets from the liabilities of the LLC. You really have to operate your LLC as a separate entity from yourself. You have to follow certain rules. Those rules are set forth in the operating agreement on how to operate the LLC, how to add members, how to make distributions, how to make decisions. Like I said, the operating agreement is essential. They're going to give you a Word version of an operating agreement as part of the standard package. You may need this in some cases, depending upon the bank, to open up your bank account because the banker may want to identify the members, and the members are set forth in the operating agreement. So you're going to have that right away if you need it to open a bank account. Please note this operating agreement is a bare bones operating agreement. It is not comprehensive. If you're interested in a more comprehensive operating agreement, I have a video on how to obtain one for free. However, that particular operating agreement, that is the free version, it is in PDF. Once you create it, you can't make any modifications to it. So just note that going in. I'm going to put a link to that video under this video. I also have a related company of mine that is selling legal templates, which include operating agreements. And those operating agreements are attorney quality, attorney drafted. They cover pretty much everything I can think of to have in an operating agreement. And those are in Word. And I'm going to put a link to that company's website under this video as well. Also included are lifetime compliance alerts. So for your LLC, you're going to have to file annual reports in the state of Alabama. Busy will send you reminders by text and by email, however you choose to have reminders sent, so that you make sure that you file your reports, whether it's an annual report or some other compliance issue, you're taking care of it on time, you don't miss the deadlines. Unfortunately, if you don't file certain reports in the state, your LLC can go into delinquency status and eventually be administratively dissolved. So Busy is on top of sending you reminders. I, of course, recommend that you calendar these items yourself, but in my view, it's always best to have additional reminders, and they will provide that as part of this package. They will also provide unlimited phone and email support for the life of your LLC, which is great. Okay, the last item that's included in the standard package is IRS Form 2553. Busy will help you file IRS Form 2553, which is the form you need to file with the IRS in order to elect S corporation tax status for your LLC if you so choose. And you have to do it within a certain period of time after you form your LLC or at the beginning of each tax year. Busy will help you do that. All right, so that's the standard package. Next up is the premium package. And as you can see, it's $100 more for the premium package over the standard package. The question is, what is included in that $100? And the answers are as follows. Number one, expedited filing. If you want to have your LLC formed quickly, which is what I prefer, usually they will expedite the filing of your articles of organization and get it up and running within one business day as of the time I'm making this video. If you don't choose expedited filing, then it will be formed in about 3 weeks. Now, before I go on from here, if you're not interested in the next two items that are included in the premium package over the standard package, but you want expedited filing, you can always choose the standard package and then add expedited filing for $50 later in the process. That way you're not paying $100 extra for 3 items, only one of which you need. You can just pay $50 extra over the standard package and get expedited filing. All right, the next item up is business contract templates. So as you know, in the standard package, you're going to get an operating agreement template included in that package in Word. In the premium package, you're going to get several other contract templates for various types of transactions, which may be a good value add for a do-it-yourselfer who wants to start with a base contract, make some tweaks, add some additions, etc. That's available to you in the premium package if you so choose. All right, the last item is domain name and business email. So they're going to provide you with a free domain name for, say, your website for your LLC and a business email to go along with it. That's important to you. You can have that as part of the premium package. If you prefer to do it, say, through GoDaddy or another provider, you can do that on your own. But if you're going to choose a premium package, they will make that available to you as part of that package. As I mentioned, I think most people are going to choose a standard package, which is fine. I'm going to use the standard package as an example in this video. Before I get started, I just want to point this out in case it's not obvious. These fees here are one-time fees. Certain of Busy's competitors charge you every year. Busy does not do that. Other than, for example, the registered agent service, which we've already discussed, is free in the first year and does not increase in price over $119 per year thereafter. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, on this page, you're going to enter your company name. So as you can see, I put in Chris Jackson Mobile Dog Grooming. I've used that as an example in the past. I'm doing it to be consistent. After your company name, you have to indicate what is the designator. In the state of Alabama, you have 3 choices. I like clean LLC, no periods. You can choose whatever you like. But it's important when you represent yourself to the public that you're representing yourself as an LLC, a limited liability company. So always add the designator on that. Say, for example, in your email signature line, or if you have a business card, make sure you include LLC in your business card. You want the public to know, the people with which you're doing business to know and to understand that you're operating as an LLC, a separate entity rather than a sole proprietorship. As you can see down below, they have additional explanation if needed. For example, let's say your company name is not available. If it's not available, they will notify you right away, hey, it's not available in the state of Alabama. You need to choose a different company name. Sometimes you can just make tweaks to your current company name that you submitted, and that will be fine. If you want to look up a company name before you submit this, you can go to the state of Alabama's website, punch in the name that you are interested in, see if it's already being used. If it's not, it should be fine. Busy also has its own name search function for free that you can use to check in the state of Alabama. But I'm just going to go ahead and put in Chris Jackson Mobile Dog Grooming. If it's not available, I will let Busy get back to me. Next. Okay, as you can see, this is the page on which you can choose to add expedited filing for an extra $50, which is what I'm going to do. If you don't want to do that, then you can go ahead and choose this. There's no additional cost. Right now, as I'm making this video in the state of Alabama, it's 3 weeks filing time for standard filing. Next. Okay, on this next page, you're going to enter the contact information of yourself. Now, this is between you and Busy. It's not public knowledge, so Busy needs to understand how to get a hold of you. So just put in your name and your email and your mobile phone. Next. Okay, this is the page at which you enter your company, your LLC's address. So this is not your address. This is the LLC address. You can choose your home address if you're okay with that. Just note that that will be public knowledge. And if you're fine with that, that's great. Use your home address. You can put that down here. If you have an office space, you can use that address, of course. If you have a retail location, you can use that address. If you only have your home address as an option right now and you're worried about anonymity, you don't want to put your address in state filings, then you can use a virtual office address, or maybe, for example, you want a more professional office address, so when people look up your LLC, whether it's a vendor or a customer, it doesn't have your home address, totally up to you. They will provide a virtual mail service and business address, which will be this address essentially. For $29 a month, you can cancel at any time. I personally use that service for one of my LLCs. I find it to be very convenient. They will receive mail, they'll scan it, they'll alert me when they receive mail. I can access that mail in my online access dashboard. Everything is in one place. I have a professional office in the state of Wyoming for this one LLC. I've also used a more professional virtual office address in the sense that I can go there and I can use an office for an hour or for a certain block of time if I need to meet with clients, for example, or I can use a conference room. But those types of addresses, and I can put a link to the one that I use under this video as well, require you to go down there in most cases to pick up the mail, or you have to pay extra to have them send the mail to you. It's really up to you. I've also used in the past a UPS mailbox address. So it's basically using the UPS store's address, and then at that address they'll provide a mailbox number, and that mailbox number will be essentially your suite number. So those are all options for you. I personally, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to choose this virtual office address. But if you do choose to use your own address, you would just come down here and enter your company address. If you're going to use a Busy's virtual office address, then you would put your own information down here so that they can contact you with respect to the virtual office. It is not going to be public knowledge. Okay, so I entered in my fictitious address down here. Next. Okay, as you can see, they're giving you the opportunity on this page to add the contract templates that were part of the premium package for $99. I am already choosing expedited filing, so essentially if I added this to this, that'd be $149. If I was interested in the contract templates, or if you're interested in the contract templates, I would just recommend going back and getting the premium package. That way you're paying only $100 extra. You're getting the expedited filing. You're getting the contract templates. You're also getting a free domain name and business email. No thanks. Okay, on this page, they are asking you to enter the member information. I'm going to do this as an example as a single member LLC, but as you can see, you can choose up to 6. I'm going to provide you a quick example of what it is like to have a 2-member LLC. So let's just say that my wife and I are going to form an LLC together and we're going to own it 50-50. I would choose individual here, because I'm an individual and so is my wife. My name, I'm going to use the signed address provided by Busy because I'm not sure if this is going to be publicly available. I'm just going to be safe. You can see my name is down here. I would come down here. I would choose percentage of ownership. I would choose 50% and then go down here and select edit. And then I would, in this example, enter my wife's name. I would choose 50%. And then we are the 2 members, each owning 50% of the LLC. That'll be reflected in the operating agreement that's part of this package. But as I stated, I'm going to be a single member LLC. Okay, so as you can see, you also have the opportunity to put in a company as a member. So let's just say you watch my other video on setting up holding companies and you decide to put a holding company that you owned in the state of Wyoming, and you're going to have that Wyoming LLC own your Alabama LLC as the underlying subsidiary LLC. In that case, you would put in company here. And then you put in the company name, which is the Wyoming LLC. In this example, you would put in the address down here and select next. Just real quickly, if you're going to have this Alabama LLC taxed as an S corporation, the only company that is eligible to be a member of an LLC taxed as an S corporation is a single member LLC that is disregarded for tax purposes. Keep that in mind if you're going to put a company in as the member. Also note that if you're going to have a trust as a member of the Alabama LLC, you choose the company tab here, and for company name, just put in the trust name instead of company name, and then select next down here below. But as I stated, I'm going to be a single member LLC. My name is Chris Jackson. I'm going to use the assigned address by Busy. Next. All right, on this page, you're going to choose your registered agent. If you want to be your own registered agent, you would choose this. If you are going to assign Busy as your registered agent, like I said, they're going to provide that service for free in year 1. And then after that, they're going to charge you $119 per year, and they guarantee never to increase those rates for the life of the service. So for this example, that is what I'm going to do. Next. Okay, this is the page on which you provide the information that Busy needs to obtain the EIN, the tax ID for your LLC. And I would say no to this statement. I am a foreign individual and do not have a social security number. But if you are a foreign individual and don't have a social security number, you should select yes and select I agree. Just note that it's going to take more time than the 1 business day. It could take up to 3 months. give or take some weeks, depending upon the IRS workload, to obtain the EIN for the LLC. For my purposes, I'm going to say no, put in my name, put in a social security number down here. Okay, then you come down here and it's asking, what is your physical street address? So I'm entering myself as a responsible party. When you receive this EIN tax statement that's going to be in your online access dashboard, just note that that statement is issued by the IRS. It's going to list the name of the LLC, and then it's going to list you as the member, and it's going to have an address underneath that. And that is not public knowledge. That is between you and the IRS. However, you are going to have to submit the EIN statement to, for example, to banks. Sometimes you're going to have to submit it to a vendor or customer. Keep that in mind. So for my purposes, what I recommend is if you have an address other than your home address, I would just choose the business address for the street address for this IRS form. So I'm not going to choose my home address. I'm going to use the assigned address provided by Busy. And if you have that option, that's what I recommend. Next. Okay, this is the page where they're giving you the opportunity to connect with a banker from Relay Bank. You don't have to. Like I said before, you can bank wherever you like. I'm going to say ask me later. All right, this is the page where they go over what's included in your business tax consultation. I'm going to go ahead and say yes, I would like to receive it for free. Of course. Next. Okay, on this page, they're offering you the opportunity for an extra $99 to obtain for your LLC a license or permit for that LLC. Just note that not all LLCs need licenses or permits. It really depends on the type of business that you run. It also depends upon where you're located, the city, the county, the state. So I'm not going to choose to add $99 on for this service. You can always reach out to your county or city and see whether you need a license or permit after the fact. No thanks. I'll do the work myself. Next. Okay, this is the page where they give you the summary of what you just ordered. Make sure you go through it all and confirm it is correct. It all looks good to me. Next. Okay, this is the final page. You're going to enter your credit card information here, billing address down here. There are additional questions and answers down below here, and then you're going to come up, you're going to check and make sure everything looks correct. You're going to select this box, I agree to legal statement and cancellation policy, which you can access here. All right, and once you've done that, you would select complete and pay. And once you press that button, they're going to start the process of setting up your LLC in the state of Alabama, and it's going to be completed in 1 business day or 3 weeks, depending upon the filing time that you chose. You're going to have access to your online access dashboard, and essentially you're going to be off to the races. All right, now that you formed your LLC, you're probably wondering, what do I do next? Fortunately, I have a video that covers that. I'm going to put that video at the end screen of this video. I'm also going to put a link to it underneath this video in the description. I also have a next steps guide that goes into greater detail about the steps you should take, gives you tips for operating your LLC properly, gives you tips for retaining the veil of protection, limited liability protection for the LLC. A link to that next steps guide will be under this video in the description. If you have any questions about the video you just watched, I ask you go ahead and put them in the comment section. I get to them on a regular basis. If you like this video, please give me the thumbs up. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, I ask you to do that. Go ahead and subscribe. And for that, I say thank you. And I wish you and your LLC and your business all the best. Have a great day.